Someone built a fake UK visa website, charged people for a service the government offers for free, and then left 100,000 passports sitting on a server with no password.
And the selfies people uploaded had GPS coordinates in them,
So it's a face, a passport number, and a home address.
all in one file. The site had been charging people £45 to submit visa applications. The actual UK government site does it for free. So someone built a convincing fake, pocketed the fee, forwarded the real application, and the person on the other end never knew anything was wrong.
Which is almost the least bad part of it.
Because the documents just sat there. No encryption, no access controls, a misconfigured server anyone could read if they knew where to look. 100,000 passports.
And selfies. That's the part that changes what this actually is. Governments and banks now ask you to take a photo of yourself holding your ID, which is meant to prove you're a real person and not someone who just found a photo of a passport online.
So you have the document number, the face, and then the GPS coordinates that some phones embed automatically in every photo they take.
Pointing to where you were standing when you took the selfie, which, if you followed the instructions and took it at home,
Is your home address. So it's not a data breach in the usual sense, where someone gets your name and email and you reset a password. It's a face, a government ID number, and where you sleep.
identity fraud people talk about the difference between credentials you can change and credentials you can't. You can change password. You can get a new credit card number. You cannot get a new face.
And the thing is, the site was doing something real. The applications went through. People got their visas. There was no obvious sign anything was wrong.
That's what makes the middleman problem so hard to solve. The fake site wasn't pretending to be the government. It was pretending to be a service that helps you deal with the government. And those exist. There are legitimate visa agencies that do exactly this.
So the person submitting thinks they're paying for convenience. And maybe they are. And maybe they're handing everything they own to someone running a server out of a closet somewhere.
The UK government has been pushing more identity verification online. So has every other government. The assumption built into all of it is that the weak point is the technology, that someone will hack the database or break the encryption.
But the 100,000 people on that server didn't get hacked. They just didn't know who they were trusting. And there's no system that protects you from a decision you made voluntarily with incomplete information. The question governments haven't answered yet is whether it's their job to make that information complete or just to build the official version and hope you find it first.
And that wasn't a fluke.
19.6 billion files. No lock on the door. There's a number from a new security report that I keep coming back to. 19.6 billion files sitting open on the public internet right now. No password, no authentication, you just have to know where to look.
And 685,000 of those files contain passwords and private keys, the actual credentials people use to access systems.
So the way this works, cloud storage is how most of the internet runs now. Companies store their data in these large shared storage systems, mostly run by Amazon, Google, Microsoft. And you can configure who gets access. But if you misconfigure it even slightly, those files become publicly readable by anyone.
Not hacking, just visiting a URL.
Researchers found nearly 20 billion of these files just sitting there, filing cabinets left on the sidewalk, readable by anyone who walked past.
And the count includes 685,000 files that contain actual credentials, passwords, private keys, not just photos or documents, the keys to other systems. And the thing is, this doesn't make headlines the way a sophisticated cyber attack does. There's no clever exploit, no zero-day vulnerability, which is a flaw in software that the developer hasn't patched yet. This is just someone checked the wrong box when setting up their storage bucket, and nobody noticed.
Or they noticed and fixed it, but by then someone had already made a copy.
Which is the part that doesn't resolve. You can close the bucket tomorrow. The files that were already downloaded, those are already somewhere else.
Security researchers have this phrase, breach fatigue, the idea that after enough of these stories, the numbers stop meaning anything.
19.6 billion is a number that should probably still mean something.
The unglamorous misconfiguration is a harder problem than the sophisticated attack, partly because the fix is so obvious. Check the box, close the bucket. And yet the pile keeps growing.
From the data left exposed on Earth to something that traveled across the universe to find us.
A subatomic particle hit Earth in 2023 carrying 30 times more energy than anything like it we'd ever recorded. 30 times!
And it passed through the entire planet before anyone caught it. That's what neutrinos do. They are subatomic particles that barely interact with ordinary matter at all. A light year of solid lead wouldn't stop most of them. The Earth is basically not there to a neutrino.
Which means the detector that caught this one had to be extraordinary. KM3NET, a neutrino detector anchored to the floor of the Mediterranean Sea, using the deep water itself as the sensing medium, was waiting for the 1 in a trillion shot where a neutrino actually bumps into something.
And this one hit with enough energy that scientists started working backward, trying to figure out where in the universe something could even produce that. Because this isn't energy you get from a star going supernova. This is energy that requires something almost incomprehensibly violent.
The leading candidate is a blazar. That's an extremely active galactic core where a supermassive black hole, millions or billions times the mass of our sun, is firing a jet of accelerated particles. In this case, that jet is aimed almost directly at Earth.
The one we've built, the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, is 17 miles around and accelerates particles to just under the speed of light. This black hole apparently does something comparable across a scale we can't meaningfully picture.
And the neutrino is the messenger. It travels in a straight line, doesn't get deflected by magnetic fields the way other particles do, doesn't decay. Whatever fired it, it came straight here.
If they can confirm the source, this particle becomes a kind of timestamp, evidence of what was happening billions of years ago in a galaxy we'll never visit.
Oh, crypto users are spending about $600 million a month on stablecoin-backed cards.
Which sounds like a win for crypto.
90% of those transactions run through Visa.
The company crypto was supposed to replace.
It turns out when you want to spend digital dollars, the easiest way is still swiping a card, and Visa owns the card rails. So the infrastructure that was supposed to get bypassed is instead processing the bypass.
The question is whether that's temporary, like crypto eventually builds its own rails, or whether Visa just quietly becomes the backbone of the stablecoin era. Cash App just started rolling out USDC to its users.
USDC is a digital dollar that moves on crypto networks. Same value as a dollar, just lives on a blockchain instead of a bank.
And by the end of the week, all of its users will have access. That's nearly 60 million people.
Through the app they already use to split dinner.
The CEO basically admitted he didn't want to do it. Customers kept asking, so they did it.
Which is its own kind of signal. Not a bet on the future, just demand that got loud enough.
If stablecoins ever become how regular people move money, this is probably what that transition looks like. Not an announcement, not a product launch. Just one day it's in the app you already have.
60 million people don't have to go looking for crypto. It came to them.
We've found about 6,300 planets outside our solar system.
A planet outside our solar system, just to be clear, is a world orbiting a different star entirely. Most are too far to visit, but we can detect them by watching how they affect their stars.
6,300 is a lot. It's also almost nothing. NASA's Roman Space Telescope is expected to find 100,000 more.
And mostly in parts of the galaxy we've never been able to look at. The analogy that keeps coming up is that we've only ever explored our own street. Roman is about to hand us a map of the entire city.
And that matters because a lot of what we think we know about how planets form is based on the 6,300 we've already seen, which is a very small sample.
You build a theory from the street you know, then you see the rest of the city. A film made for $2,000 just got into Tribeca.
The whole thing, every image, every scene, every person, generated by AI.
It's about Iranian government killings of protesters during the 2022 uprisings.
The kind of story that doesn't get funded. Too political, too niche for the people who write the checks.
$2,000 and an AI pipeline got it into one of the most respected film festivals in the world.
The cost argument against certain stories just collapsed.
Not for every story, but for this one.
And sometimes that's how things change.
Tomorrow's another one.
The world keeps generating material.
A fake government website, a particle that crossed billions of light years, and crypto's still running on Visa. All in the same day.
We'll be back.
Singularity Pulse is for informational purposes only. Nothing here is financial, legal, or professional advice. Views expressed are our own.
I'm Knox. Every Saturday on Pulse Deep Dive, one story told in acts. This season, how AI happened, who really invented the internet, and going back to the moon 53 years later. New chapter every Saturday. Find it wherever you listen.
Origins is a different kind of show. Every Sunday, we investigate the forces that shape the modern world, the geography, the science, the commerce, the decisions made centuries ago that are still playing out today. Find it wherever you listen to this podcast.